Alrighty dudes, I'm making this video for this particular invisible equipment. You know, there are 3 of them, alright? So the first was the saying rot, you know, the videos that I made before. It was amazing, you know, the methods that I found to kind of make it work. I even made my own method, and then now somebody else found their method. But for this method for this particular weapon, it's crazy because of the fact that we now have have this method to still work. It's an old method, but before that, let me go ahead and tell you what this equipment is. As you guys already know, there are 3 particular invisible equipments in this game. 1, the Satan Grat, 2, the Triangle Tower, and 3, the Gendarme. And the one that we're doing in this, that I'm doing to show you in this video is this Gendarme. And the biggest thing is that in order to get it, you need to actually open the second half of the giant crystal at Giruvegan. And the only way to get it as well is to defeat Ultima and get Excalibur from the very same chest to where the Gendarme spawns with. And that's pretty much the 2 requirements you gotta do. You gotta be, well, 3 requirements. You gotta be at Giruvegan, you gotta have already have opened the second half of this crystal, giant crystal, and then you also have to have beaten Ultima and gotten the Excalibur from the chest to where it resides with Ultima. And that's actually 4. Holy fudge. Why did I say 3? 4. Alright? So, as long as you're there and you have done all of this that I just said earlier, then you should be able to get this to work. I'm not sure if it will, because the process for this is from an old method with a little variant of changes, and to which just to coincide with the RNG changes with the PS4 version of this game. And so I'm not sure if this works on the disc version or on the base model of the PS4 or any other models, but I know that it works for me on my PS4 and the PS4 Pro and the digital version of the game. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to set this up. So the first thing you got to do is pretty much once you have beaten Ultima and have gotten to the Great Crystal and gotten the Excalibur and also have gotten to Giruvegan, you're pretty much good to go. What you gotta do is to make sure you have your character. This could be done with any character, just to tell you guys that you gotta have that character that you're using to be unarmed but equipped with the diamond armlet. So they could keep their armor. So the armor doesn't really matter, but the weapon, they have to be unarmed. So for the first part, you gotta do is to make sure that your character's unarmed and, you know, have a diamond armor on. So, and just remember, I'm going to show you guys 2 different things, 2 different attempts. So, one with Penelo and another with another character, just to show you guys that it works with any character. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and do Penelo. Oh, that sounded so wrong, but we're going to do the attempt with Penelo. So, what you want to do is to get the autosave once you have entered the room here. So, that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and now quit the game. And what I meant is literally restart the game, alright? So, and then go back in. And then once it loads back into the game, you pretty much load your autosave. And then once that happens, you'll see what I mean from there. I'll explain what happens when I get there. So, that's pretty much how it works up to that point. So, this is how you set up the file. So, once you do and you load back in, this is what we're going to be doing to get it to work. So, because what you want to do now, once it loads in, you want to zone in and out for a good amount. This depends on where you are in the RNG spectrum. If you're farther in, it'll take you a little bit longer to get this chest to spawn, but if you're kind of pretty close, it should spawn within, like, I think a minute or 2. So, and don't forget, you can speed up the process too. So once you do, go ahead and zone out like I said earlier, and check for the chest every time you zone out, so that way you can see if the chest spawned or not, because you don't know when it will spawn, so you have to make sure you keep going. Some people will say that it's like 1 to 20 zone ins, but I don't think so. It's different for everyone because of the RNG and different models of the PS4 and versions of the game. So that's something. For me, I think it took me about 1 or 2 minutes for it to spawn, but for you it might be different. It might even be faster than mine, or it might even be longer too. So, and like I said, this process does guarantee the Gendarme, in my opinion, but it might not be for you, depending, because of the fact that it worked for me doesn't mean that it might work for you. So you might want to test this method out to make sure to see if it works for you. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, tell me, because that way I can kind of devise to look for a new way to go look for a new method, to be in fact new variances that I could do to change your chances of getting it. And so if it works for me, it should work for you guys, but I don't know. It really does fall down onto what version you have of the PS4 and what version of the game. Sometimes it might not even matter. I don't really know. It could be your settings, anything, RNG is a pain in the ass to even get. So there it is. My chest just spawned after, like, I don't know, a good amount. So here, you don't want to open this just yet. So what you want to do first now, once you get to spawn, is to smack yourself 10 times. So once you get 10 times, that's when. So, but just to tell you guys, on the 9th time she attacks herself, she'll hit herself 4 times in a row. So just remember that. And then you just got to make a 10th hit afterwards. So that was 3. And then 4, 5. Just don't forget to count as usual. And 6, right? 7, 8, and then here she should hit herself 4 times in a row. If she doesn't, then you're screwed. So right there. So if you have any character that's really good with fighting with their fists, like a monk class by any chance that has, that fights better with their fists, yeah, be careful. That might screw you over. Avoid that at all costs, I think. So use it with any character that has, that heavy armor on, or a character that isn't good with fighting with their fists. So here's 10. So we're pretty much done. Now you can go ahead and grab the contents in the chest, and you'll be getting a meteorite. Don't worry, this isn't gonna be something bad. Just zone in and then come back out. That's what you need to do now, and at that point. And then once you come back, the chest should spawn one more time. And then once you do, and just before the show that I open, once you do open, you should get the Gendarme. But before that happens, I'll show you what the Gendarme is. And the Gendarme is such a very powerful shield in this game. It is a shield that has 90 magic evade and evasion, and it absorbs all elements. It's one of the best shields in this game. Better yet, I would have to say it's the best shield. It's an invisible shield. So that's pretty much it. So after doing all of this stuff, and everything, you can now open the chest after zoning back out and coming back in and taking the contents of the one before. So now that once you open it, it should be the Gendarme. I have done this at least 3 times and have gotten it 3 times in a row, and now this is my 4th time. And just to show you that this works with another character, I will go ahead and do the autosave again by making sure that it's somebody else this time first in Balthier. And also you can attempt this by making sure you autosave first before you do anything else. So if you want to attempt it more times. So I already set up my Balthier to have nothing in his hands already. So, and then we can pretty much do the same thing over again. So, but the first thing you need to do is to get the autosave. Now, once we get that, we can go ahead and quit the game again, right? So, pretty much it. So many cells for me, I don't know why. And then restart the game as usual, and then load back in. And then just do the same thing all over again, the whole process. And you should pretty much get yourself a Satangrat. Or not Satangrat, why am I thinking of Satangrat? Gendarme. Jesus, I made too many Satangrat videos, guys. So yeah. So we're pretty much close to where we should be to getting a 5th one now. Just to tell you that I already have my 4th, and I already did the autosave earlier, as you guys saw. And once we load back in, we're gonna go ahead and do it all over again. And just to prove it to you that it works with any person, because I already done it with Pinello, which sounds so wrong. But now I'm going to do it with Balthier, which is even weirder, but it's fine. We're going to attempt getting the Gendarme again with Balthier this time. So just to show you that I am not lying, that I have 4, that this is the same save file. There you go. And now we're going to attempt it again. So here we go. Speed up. So just remember to check every time to make sure that the chest did not spawn. Or to check if it spawned. Because if it did, you're good. If it doesn't, then keep going. I hate it that that it might take longer for me, or it might take longer for you guys, or shorter for me, or shorter for you guys. So it's kind of crazy as to how this really works. And kudos to the guys at GameFAQs, you know, for finding this method, because it's an old method and it still works really well. All they did was just a couple of changes. You don't even need to quit and restart your PS4. You just need to quit the game and come back in, which is nice. Just make sure you have your autosave, you know, ready by that point, so it shouldn't be too hard. That's the cool part about this. So once you get this chest to spawn, you are golden in a way. It's one of the best, you know, discoveries that they have found, you know, back in the day, and I love it because of that. People may call this cheating, but I don't call it cheating because it's called being more efficient with your time management, so you don't waste hours on end on getting a freaking item that you might not even get the chance on getting. So this will give you a better chance at getting the item, at least in my opinion. Even though I'd say should guarantee you a Gendarme, but sometimes it doesn't because of that, the models and everything, like I said earlier. So yeah, it's kind of sucks, but yeah. Alright, so now that we're here, we can go ahead and redo all the steps again from this point on. Hit myself 9 times, or 10 times to be in fact. So, and then as usual, the 9th hit will always end up having a 4-hit combo. So, and then you have to do that 10th. I said so many so's in this video. Ah man. So that was 3. And 4. 5. 6. Oh. Did I count it wrong? I think I did. Oh well, even if I did. If that happens, then that means that it's technically the right one. So I may have miscounted. So let's open up. Should be meteorite, right? Now we go back. And then once we come back, this next chest should spawn, and then the contents of this chest should be the Gendarme. So yeah. There you go. Like I said, it could be done with another person regardless of who you choose. So this could have worked with Vaughn, Ash, Bosch, Fran, and any other characters that I've done it with. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the Gendarme. Man, dudes, it's great doing this video for you guys, and I thank you guys for watching it. And feel free to, you know, give me a comment down below if it works for you. If it doesn't, feel free to tell me so I can think up of, you know, new variances within the method itself, and come up with a better one to give you guys a better chance. And feel free to watch me at Twitch too. You know, twitch.tv/nosemoot10. That's where I will be streaming most of the time. I don't stream on YouTube, unfortunately, because of the fact that I put all my, you know, Twitch playthroughs from there to there in order for you guys to see what you guys missed. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna call this a well done method video for you guys to get the Gendarme. So try it out, see if it works for you. Alright, now it's about time I get this call a close. Laters, guys.